watching you like a prisoner. I tell you, enjoy yourself, give thanks for health and drink a liquor rum. Mama, I don't care. If you catch me getting and bad daddy, I don't care. If I put your foot in the air, mama, I don't care. If you catch me walking a girl because I bet in tonight, mama, I don't care. If you catch me getting and bad daddy, I don't care. If I put your foot in the air, mama, I don't care. If you catch me walking a girl because I bet in tonight, yeah. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this all night. Party till the morning light. Jump in the middle and jump. Bump in the middle and jump. We can do this all night. Party till the morning light. Jump in the middle and jump. Bump in the middle and jump. 40 days, 40 nights. Time for the carnival. Time for the bacchanal. Grab a girl. Stop your wine. Losing mind. Stop your mind. We don't want to go. Wanna cry. Wanna go. Wanna go. Wanna go. Stop jump. In the party at the last. For the night to the boss of the mass. In the year we don't want no one.
Well, good thing nobody hear them what they.
Go get. You need headphones. It's this one I know, man. Yeah, no. What happened was the trigger wasn't on the screen for some reason. I wondering if
Yeah.
this is not the updated version of the
So I have
display.
to repeat what I'm supposed to say.
Start over.
Yes, I want to say a special good night to each and everybody, and I hope you guys had two phenomenal weekends back to back. One weekend was Culturama, and the next weekend was the election. So I hope that weekend to you guys, and I mean, was very superb. And yeah, I hope everything happened in your guys' favor. And Reese is here. I just want to say special thanks to Real Entertainment Network for hosting the election coverage also. And you guys did great. You know what I mean? The other point in time, I was DJing without my headphones and tuning into the show back and forth. So I was just multitasking. You know what I mean? Micromanaging. You know,
You need
getting the
headphones now.
exclusive, watching my battery, see if it up on 10% and so on, plugging it in every 5 minutes to make sure you reach up to 14 and back again from 10. Just to give me that leverage for the coverage, you know. And you guys did very well, you know. And Alan, you guys, yeah, man, you know, like with friends like you guys, I don't need enemies again. So take it away.
You need headphones,
Well,
eh?
as I was saying, I just want to say good night to everybody. Thank you for everybody who tuned in to the coverage, and thank you to everybody also who sent messages. Um, congratulating us, I guess, on the good coverage. I am happy that you are pleased, and I hope that you continue to let people know what's going on with us, so that people could continue to inquire and we could continue to hopefully reach more people and do more things. Ira.
Oh, yes. I would like to thank each and every one that joined us for that election coverage. I know a lot of people have told us that it was a great coverage, but it would not have been great without the audience because it was an interactive coverage. So we needed the audience to make it as great as it was, you know. So thank you all for joining in, sharing the live, commenting, all the feedback. You know, it gives us more strength to move forward. Just want to say big up to Reese and Alan, also Garrick for joining us as well. And, you know, big up to Jason because he dipped in and out, you know, just to show a little support there, you know. Even big up to Sazam, you know, because all things good happen for a reason. So big up yourself, man. We good over here. All right.
The only thing I've for that only we tell me happy birthday. That's all.
This man I give count, boy. This man I give count.
Hey, hey, y'all can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Greetings to everybody. Bless up to everybody. To everybody that was with us Friday night into Saturday morning. That two-part show. You know, I tell I that I was not doing more than the one show, but you know me when the bug bite me and the people say, because once the people say, and I am a man of the people, and the people say they want us to continue, and it was our duty to continue. But to everybody who was there with us, who viewed this show, who tuned in, who share, who was in the comments, because the comments were jiggy to it. You had a lot of questions. We were very interactive, and I think that was the thing. A lot of people who message us, message me directly and call me directly, say that what made it so good is the fact that they felt like they were a part of the coverage. You know, they felt like there was a part of the show. It wasn't just watching TV. You know, they felt like it was actually just a conversation with people that they know. So it was a real good show. Also, I got to big up Curtis Cook, and the number of people in St. Kitts where he gave me number two. People was calling and texting me, and I did not know who they was. And all they telling me is, Curtis was calling you. Curtis was text you. But that is where a lot of my updates was coming from. So Curtis had a lot of people calling and texting. Also, DJ Woodis, who was in the comments as well, he was calling and texting as well. And to everybody that viewed, man, was a good way to kick off the weekend, you know. And you know, you could have been anywhere else in the world, and you chose to be here with us. And for things like that, we appreciate you greatly.
Big up. Yeah, man. Big up Curtis for that.
Yeah, man.
Long time supporter.
Big time supporter.
Yeah, man. Straight. Well, it's the topics. Jason, happy belated birthday. Update me not getting no birthday greetings from you. And my birthday gone since April. So, you know you talk about. Reese, you been getting, you know?
Yeah, he call me.
You call me.
He lick me up.
Watch him up there. Watch him.
He tell me you ain't call me back later to take a drink, but you know, he was a little busy, so I don't mind that. You know, big up my brother and Jason.
Me still away to make
I
call.
don't have to make a call, but
Me still away to make call.
And I make me my partner follow that.
But yeah, the topics roll, man.
Kick it off like a ball.
Well,
Thank you, Fatima.
This show really and truly is about the aftermath. You understand? So this is like when the hurricane gone, and we know the four be outside, and we're looking around to see what going on, what damage has been done, and see well how we gonna move forward. Understand? If we get hit hard or anything. We could start off later, we could go straight in. one of the late things what I been want to discuss is transition period. So people that talk about you need to have a set date for election. One of the good part, if we have a set date for election, is then we could also have a set handing over date as well. You check it out, and then not only that, you got to do all kind of things in terms of, you see how Timothy would have been, people would have accused Timothy, for example, of trying to buy out voters by saying he gonna get a double salary. You ain't really supposed to have access to certain things. You're not supposed to be able to do all of that. When you come to the transition period, this now really and truly is one administration informing the other administration that this is what is taking place over the course of a period of time, however long that takes. It might not necessarily take the length of time what it take in America. It might be shorter. But I had seen somebody post about transition period. Because it's like, in a Sinkers and Nevis, if you lose election Monday, Tuesday, you get in the government building. So I really want to know what your perspective is on whether or not a transition period would be beneficial. Whether or not it would be beneficial. If it's too much, maybe it's just an American thing, it's a foreign thing, or whatever. Maybe it's too much. But what is your perspective?
My perspective, right? People, I think I don't think all about transition when certain things ain't going in with favor.
Well,
But otherwise than that, I feel like if something is working good, we gonna forget about all of that.
would you say what we got right now is working good?
I ain't know yet in terms of federally or local, but
No, well, what me say is like, this is the 10th federal election we just had.
yes,
And we done had X amount of local election. So we go watch nearly 20 election, And as I tell you, if election call Friday and you lose Saturday, keys, everything turn over one time, everything gone in,
Yeah.
You're old, you're not gonna transition.
Well,
So me not say all of them are the same neither. It's just a consideration of
I guess
should we look at this at
I
all?
mean, yeah, a transition period would be good, but the way how it works in St. Kitts and Nevis, you're still gonna have a lot of the head officials that actually deal with a lot of the day-to-day stuff in government. Your PS, right? The PS then probably ain't gonna get changed or right away. Whereas when the American government change, them gonna come in with a full system right away. You don't know who your Secretary of State, everybody are gonna get changed at one time. So you have to have that discussion for that transition. It seems like in St. Kitts and Nevis, you come in, the PS of agriculture is still the PS of agriculture. You know what's going on, you get up to speed, boom, 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 boom. And if later on you want to move that person, then they move that person because they don't just fire PS, it seems like, right? And from what I've been told, the PS they'll do a lot of the day-to-day handling of like the ministries and stuff. So maybe that's why we don't have a transition period. So I don't know how beneficial it would be.
I think a transition period is actually because where you may have like you say you have the
Somebody said I
PS.
can't see Alan's face.
you know what I mean.
I can't see Alan's face.
Yeah, but a transitional period is needed. I think even though like you said the PS will still be around, there may be a couple things that the outgoing individual may have to conclude before leaving. So I think they do need a little transition period. I feel, for example, if the election is Tuesday, then I think the outgoing government should have a week before leaving, and that's what I feel. But I also feel I'm a big supporter of a set election date as well. So I do believe that it's both are needed.
Because what me basically saying is like, okay, suppose he had the time when you win the election, and then you got basically time also to work out how you gonna start out cabinet ministries and all them kind of thing. Then knowing basically 2 weeks later or a month later, whatever is the period, you're gonna be in the government. So Tim would essentially be the prime minister still, but he can't do nothing.
Yeah, he
Really
have
and
no
truly,
power.
it was like when Donald Trump lose the election, but we don't know. He turning over in January. So basically, he was in there and he was just basically laying the next prime minister now. This is the situation and that. And I feel like it would also help in a situation where like Dr. Joe is a first time prime minister. So to me, it's kind of better if there is some kind of thing where, as I said, you are being brought up to speed by well, I would say what should be the former permanent secretary of finance and all them things there. Because I feel like the perspective from me come from the aggressiveness. Because if me was going in the pace and them,
You're in children.
particularly for you mean?
But
How you
like
mean?
you could look at like I knew like Larry Lawrence to be the PS of finance for a very long time throughout throughout different governments.
Yeah.
The same with the treasurer. You know, Colin Dewar was the treasurer for a long time. You know, because the civil servants, it seemed like it's not as easy to move them out as it is in America. What you find they do is move them, maybe send them by the dump, wherever the case may be, someplace else. But they don't really clean house. So you find a lot of the key figures are still in place. You know, I don't know if you could just get rid of them, like the man said in the
As,
Thiefless song.
as I said earlier, you only important when you're in the opposition until you get in, all of that gone through the window. After when you get comfortable with certain things working in your favor, nobody even gonna think about that.
Well, I feel like the next part I to Jason is like, okay, 'cause a lot of this gonna catch labor to it. Because labor would go in and they would say like in the first 100 days they're gonna do X, Y, Z and the other. And this is one of the reasons why I talk about the transition too. When you're outside of the house and you wanna get in at the house and you're thinking about all of the things you want to do when you get in there. Sometimes when you reach in and you realize, but water
Can't
does
do it.
get in there. Water does get in there when rain fall. You got to crack right this also by the wall this also. This you need doing, that you need doing. So sometimes you don't really realize how big the task be that you got in front of you, you know. So as you say, you're going in, you went in and your vision was to maybe do these 1, 2 things. But then when you
Alan,
realize the problems, it big.
Alan, you gotta think like how the ordinary man not think too, right? Yeah, so I mean like for instance, a man could be broke and can't pay never bill. And he luckily gets $300 pan off the gambling machine. You understand me? And he odd never $300, eh? But tell yourself never gonna get 50, you know.
Well, okay. Uh, I mean, no. No, what happened, right? My mind flash
Yo, yo,
to some allegations of some money that was not paid to Social Security, and I was going to say something more that, but then I said, okay,
You're not sure.
let me cool. But I understand what you're saying.
Not easy.
Well, Jason, really and truly, right? In that scenario there, let me tell you what is even more likely to happen. You know, it's more likely that he lose all the money back on the machine. And never
yeah.
car. He winning the change, you gonna tell yourself, bye.
I go in more.
It's
I go in
on
more.
for me tonight, you know.
Yeah, I go
It's
in
on
more.
for me. Yeah, the money in there. All the
Yeah.
time me coming here, the money in there
Yeah.
tonight.
But
So
I give the
it's
benefit.
3 grand are coming home. Yeah.
I give the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Knowing the fact that you're gonna take off the $300 after, you still end up getting like 50. So I give that person the benefit of the doubt still.
No, because I'm gonna tell you still, I know a Nevis man, and a Nevis man, if a Nevis man gonna get in trouble, he gonna tell himself he gonna get in real trouble. Eh? If
All the way,
me
again, all the way
out,
to the
if
end.
me out $300, what me gonna get him 50 for? That echo make any kind of sense? No, sir.
The
In
thing
a
about it, the thing about it, right, is a 300 he never had enough. And is a 50 he never could possibly get to keep on the lights. He maybe gonna get a couple red tags in the letter. You know what I mean? But for sure he gonna pay something.
mm-hmm. I feel you. Um,
That's an important question on the screen there, guys. I need to look at that question there. That is, like,
Mark Brownlee gonna be the leader of the opposition. He got the most seats in the opposition. This is not a debate. That's a debate. Any Iowa have any different opinion on who should be the leader of the opposition?
I
man, I
feel
think
like
we should let Sean.
Eric,
I think we should let Sean be the leader of the opposition.
Sean.
Eric,
Yeah, give Sean an opportunity to do something. At least he
I
get a
think it should
chance
be
to
Eric.
lead.
Why Eric?
Jason.
Jason.
Cause Eric see it sure.
What team see sure too?
Me, me only see that for 2 terms. Me see that seat there for Gideon for 30 years.
No, Tim
I
see
said
sure.
2
Tim never
terms.
losing. Tim never losing.
Um,
Tim,
Jason, this is the first time Tim are going in opposition.
Tim never losing. Tim in politics over 25 years old
Tim
and never
spend
be in opposition.
Tim spend half his life in power.
Jason said 2
Yeah,
terms.
and Vance been in opposition all his life.
But Jason, Tim seats are powerful. Tim take away the seats from Labour. It's a PLP seat now. Where you want more than that to lay? That's it, shit. I do not see any argument against that.
Tim can't lose
You
that,
think
man.
Mark go on? You think Mark go on Tim lead the opposition again?
But that's what I say. This is not Mark Brantley want to be Tim boss. There is no way that nobody gonna be the leader of the opposition outside of man.
Well, they get what they want. No get rid of them, they mean?
Well, you see, no, that coming into really and truly the central discussion that we're gonna be having tonight. The results and what it means for Nevis. And as you say, what did CCM promise the people? Did they deliver? Is Nevis in a better position? Could we take anything out of this and think it gonna mean anything for local election? All of these questions.
Well, based on how we were talking about so much niche, right? We supposed to be Navy supposed to be thinking like gamblers. Yo, you understand me? This is business as usual. You check it out. I got to work with whoever is going in power, not affiliate yourself with and be entitled. You check it out because see why it costs you to be entitled. You should have played your neutral game now in the fact that the Unity Complex A is not working and see what happened to you now. And you feel like you win still? No, you win over in Nevis to keep your motorcade or keep them blindsided. But there was no celebration. There's nothing there to show because you basically there in the same position as NRP. Already happen. NRP just made an effort just to help you lose.
And before me talk and say anything that I have to say on this issue, congratulations to the Concerned Citizens Movement for winning 3 seats in Nevis, in my well, I'm not even going to no bad part. Congratulations. The win 3 seat. Me not hear nobody say how you cheat. With regards to the nitty gritty now, which is like when Nevis in my estimation going backwards. We was talking about fair share, and the premier was talking strong. You understand? You hear the premier talk, and it was powerful. He wasn't telling you I'm asking singers. He was saying I demand that and he not demand neither. Cause you know Nevis people don't demand, but he demands that Nevis be given its fair share.
But Alan,
From the good people down in Boston. Okay?
Yeah.
but Alan,
And
but
go
Alan,
ahead.
but look at this now. You understand me? Labour got the 6 seats, and Labour could do without CCM seats, right? And look at the reality now. Nevis people supposed to feel some sort of way right now, and like he just pushing a different narrative. Yeah, we giving the top dog no more. You understand me? Nevis people stand up for what they want, but Nevis people end up get.
Well, I've been going to talk about that. The premier, they are boasting now. We just take out prime ministers. I feel like Nevis people need to come to the realization that is the man who put in the prime minister is the more powerful man. And we also need to realize that Nevis had an opportunity to put in 2 prime ministers recently. Both of them were Timothy Harris. That is why we shoot we shot pan. That is what happened. We could boast right now and talk about
Big up
Nevis does take out prime minister. As you say, the party in Nevis won 3 seats, and it had no effect on what was going to happen down in St. Kitts.
No kind whatsoever. No kind. All you do is flash your light 3 times. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, I see you. But we could over here. Coast Guard don't come for me long time.
What is your perspective on what is taking place?
Well, I wanna shout out Chevon who just logged in. First of all,
Always.
you know, because she was our behind the scene numbers up to data. She kept the numbers on the screen up to date and accurate. So all the kudos that we had gotten, pass them on to her. No, my perspective. Ooh. I've been saying it, Nevis Salt. Congrats to the Concerned Citizen Movement and their victory, you know, winning the seats in Nevis, as the Honorable Mark Brantley has said time and time after. He concern is Nevis, and he's going to deliver Nevis. The counterparts in St. Kitts, well, they got to do their part. But with that said now, Mark Brantley, I think, made a political mistake. And I would have always said if Mark Brantley was to write a book about politics, I would have been interested in reading it. But after this blunder, I don't know if I have any interest. But just because, first of all, he didn't seem to concern with the PAM party. I've heard him on interviews, and people would have asked him about the PAM party, and him now not. He would say things like he doesn't know what's going on with them, and I'm like, well, you're actually in a coalition with them. You actually have already dedicated Nivision votes to them, right? To go alongside them, and you're not concerned in what's actually going on. And it's very important for him to know what's going on, because there is no way that Nevis seats could form a party on their own. So when you have an election, the person that wins is the person that forms the government. So for instance, if Labour had win 5 seats and PAM had win 3, and CCM win their 3 and they form the government, they won, even though PAM would have won less seats in St. Kitts, right? So if you're not concerned about what's going on with your counterpart, then are you really focused on farming the government? I think he should have never made that commitment to Pam in the beginning. I think he should have been very open, and
Thank you.
because Nevis should have came first. The idea that you're just going to side with Sean because you and Sean has built a relationship over the past 7 years, I think was absurd. Even a blind man could have seen that Pam wasn't going to win the number of seats that they had previously. So I don't understand, being a political genius, which I thought he was, that he made such a mistake. I kept saying that Nevis would have been solved. If you have me on WhatsApp, you would have seen I've been talking about it ever since. Ever since. The honest to God truth here is, if we take a look back, the failure was with the Governor General. They never wanted an election. So after the election was called, I think they already knew it was done with. But CCM could not afford to lose this federal election going into a local election because, like you said, they have to keep the momentum, right? They didn't actually keep the momentum because they were once in government in the federal parliament and now they're in opposition. And the other thing about it,
The premier couple lipstick pan and pig and people can call on sexy man.
but I see that. I see that. The other thing is that the premier is going on platforms, and you could tell that the talks between him and the Labour Party is not going well because he's throwing threats. You're hearing threats like, we removed him, we removed Dougie. That is a bad way to start off. You're throwing threats at the Prime Minister because you ain't get your way, or because he maybe don't want to do a coalition with you. I don't think the Labour supporters want a coalition with CCM. I don't think the Labour supporters will ever forgive CCM for the way how they treated Dr. Denzel Douglas and how they treated the Labour Party in the past. And if Labour could form the government without CCM, I don't see why they would go in a coalition and invite somebody into their homes, into their quarters, who have been shown to have a track record of dismantling certain organizations. Because he boasts about it. He boasts about bringing down Dougie. He boasts about bringing down Tim. So why would I invite you into my party? It makes no sense. I think he should approach it a little more humble in the interest of Nevis. Now, interestingly enough, here's something that somebody brought up to me. CCM and PAM has a working relationship, and NRP and Labour once had a working relationship. So is it a case where now CCM needs to be campaigning for NRP because NRP with a Labour government is of best interest for Nevis? You get what I'm saying? Because what would a CCM and Labour government look like working together? It doesn't seem like it's going to work out based on the rhetorics that I've already heard on the platform. Nevis just solved. Done one pan. I know.
All right, interesting. So my take is the of course CCM in the three neighbors, but they're out of the government. My thing is that the way how the federal government is constructed puts neighbors naturally behind the eight ball. Because St. Kitts could naturally farm the government by themselves. All right, no matter what they do, St. Kitts could farm the government by themselves. So no matter if Nevis is needed, Nevis is really not needed. As long as you could pull 6 seats in St. Kitts, you go find the government. As we have seen Labour pull all 8 in St. Kitts before. So you go find the government. My issue with it is that they should have never publicly aligned themselves with anybody. Yes, we're gonna mash up what we're mashing up, but I make sure I lay on, hey, I'm a free agent. If anybody would need me, we could talk about it. But I don't feel that they should align themselves with any party publicly. And I also 2020 hindsight, looking back at the PAM convention, the keynote speaker, Mark should have turned that down. Mark should have never went on that platform. I don't think he should have carried his contingency down to St. Kitts. And I think one of the big things, I think we've spoken about it multiple times here on the platform, is everything was nice in all the speeches for the PAM convention until the word fair shake came up. And once he spoke about fair shake, you notice that the PAM contingency would say, hey, ain't gonna cheering, the DJ not playing the music. Anything the word fair shake came up, the music and the DJ and the fans and so them stuff. We're gonna scream for everything else, but once you talk about money, yeah, we not really celebrate that. With that being said, I actually think that that letter that Eugene Hamilton would have wrote to his colleagues in PAM, outlining everything step by step, detail by detail, held true, and he was totally correct that at this current moment that there's no one in PAM that is really ready to run another election. Some place in this world, wherever Eugene Hamilton is, he is with his feet up in the air, with 2 beers and 4 steak, and he said, "Well, I told them so." They don't listen, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. So Eugene Hamilton knew what he was speaking about. With that being said as well, Dr. Drew and the Labour team, I think they realized that trouble was in the camp, and they assembled the team early, knowing that at some point election may be called. They didn't think that was going to last 5 years, and they may have been correct that it did not last 5 years, and they come out victorious. They grab 6, and that's all they need.
I just want to make a slight. I want to say something slightly away from what we're talking about. Anyhow, you see Dr. Joe first day at Government House this morning. I you see he do like they do some kind of walking, and you see him take his first seat in. I very much would like for the first 100 days. I just want this thing settled down, because I find that Labour celebrate everything, boy. I don't need to see all of the fuss, see it, this, and I just want the thing settled down. You understand? I want to believe this weekend they're gonna have this swearing in, so I just want the thing, as I said, settling. There is a lot of work right now.
Alan, you got to remember now, Alan, you got to remember that we now live in a social media age, and because we live in a social media age, everything that we posted, so you're gonna have to take the pictures. You have to. Yeah. Really and truly, I feel like Labour should have a cameraman assigned to Dr. Joe.
Donald Trump on America from Twitter.
You got to have it. That is just the world that we live in right now.
Alan, and you got to realize that it's the return of Labour.
Big thing.
Okay.
Big thing. Alan.
It's like when CCM was duck out after the 14 years, you know what I mean? After we look and happy get the same 7 years or whatever, and the return of CCM again.
I feel you.
Alan, you see the motorcade? Alan,
I did not.
I hear they were in town, right? And still at Sandy Point.
And people still at Sandy Point.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to congratulate the Premier and the motorcade, because let me tell you something. Yo, Nevis people, I got money, you know. I don't know how to convince me that I ain't got no money, you know. I never motorcade nothing in my life. I never feel so happy about nothing yet. And especially when the gas prices and in the rich part and the eye, you ain't gonna get me to do it. But the back in eye, yo.
Yeah.
Back in eye, yo. Yeah, man. To get people to drive around for the length of time that buy it. I believe in a system.
Alan, you also asked another question, right? In your question, there was a second part where you asked the implications to local. What you guys feel about that?
Wait. Let me just say congratulations to the SKNLP. I don't know if we said it. Congratulations to Dr. Dew and team. I don't remember saying it, but congratulations.
Yeah,
I don't remember saying it.
A good fat campaign, and at the end of the day they came out victorious. And I will tell you one thing too, by them licks that them man put on, boy, some big gap, you know. Boy, partner, listen, if a man bang me so, and ask me for a second,
what?
Boy.
But see, so what NRP supposed to look at CCM put on the same kind of blows brand them?
No. Boy, no, man, you bang by 2000.
Zook had Bullbud again.
Boy, man get bang by 2000. Zook
Yeah.
bang Janice by 59. Man get bang by 2000.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, going
You
into
know,
this election, I was saying that this felt like a SK local election. I had no feeling that there would be a coalition government. I felt like it's either PLP can pull off something behind the scenes or Labour can win. So
Like, in all honesty, me not expect nothing from Pam because Pam not ready for no leadership, straight up.
yeah, no. I think Pam is going to have a major overhaul because I don't think Pam supporters gonna be happy with Sean.
the DJ got a point there, right? That Sissy and Barton are a lot of people. That's just how they want.
No. Nayan can't say that,
Right?
you know.
That would no Nayan say
No,
Sissy and want it because
Reese,
the
Nayan
Barton a
cannot
good
say
amount of
that
people.
because when I say so, the night before the election, the show before election, Nayan tell me, Ira, you lie. You remember? You remember, Reese?
I remember.
He tell me a lie. He said, Ira,
Listen,
you
man.
lie. You lie. I said,
All what I are talking, I are talking like this thing was having some kind of effect. First of all,
yeah.
as I said, if NRP been win any seat, the ass would have been in opposition with Mark Brantley, so they would have lose the election too.
Ooh.
They did not have a part. Then I had no relationship with Labour and nothing like that. So
Yeah.
to go say them didn't have a farm the government. So all of the polling in Nevis basically, everything what happened in Nevis, everybody who went to the polls and exercised their franchise and whatever, I'm not telling you that it didn't mean anything, but it ain't mean nothing right now.
Maybe not anything right now, yeah.
Not right now.
The only difference between NRP and system is just a system they not sink it.
Something just came in here from
Respect,
Edith Williams.
DJ Nayan.
Edith Williams said no double salary. Even when you're in a position, you do collect a salary, eh? So you
Yeah,
still
but
get
not the
double
kind of
salary.
salary.
You're not going to get the big amount, but you still get double salary. Two salaries still better than one. So you still get that double salary.
Yeah.
The thing about bringing in people, it's allowed, and because it's allowed, if we
We
do it,
don't talk about that. Mark Brantley win by 400 votes. What we talking about? He win by 400 votes, Reese.
Yeah.
And then Eric and them. That's another 400 votes again. So, no care how many votes no care how many people I tell me them bring in. Oh my God. It can't be that amount then. So what NRP will do? What NRP will do? Okay.
Now the man number 400 is the number.
If Mark not been bringing none, what NRP will do? Lose by 150? Cause that's still a big number, you know why? What we talking about? The only place I could be telling me something about is over in number 11. And when we're talking about whether or not this is going to transfer to the local election, one of the things what I didn't get to say is, I mean, Janice is the leader and she's brave. I think the reality has to set in right now that over in St. James is gonna be a hell of a hill to climb in the local election. I was saying that I don't understand if Cleon is so popular, why it's not translating to the federal. And me ain't want to pick pan just Cleon. If JD is making inroads, me ain't understand why it don't see more of an effect in Charleston either. Maybe federal and local election is just that different. But I don't know what is taking place. I do not know who has influence. As far as that part there. I need the local election results to really solidify in my mind.
So how many boxes in St. Paul's Patricia win?
Hold on, I can tell you now.
He's got the
Because
results.
I got it here. Part 1, one box in St. Paul's.
One single.
Methodist Church Hall, M to Z. M to Z. That is the only one
Out
that's
of how
showing.
much? One out of how much?
Out
Out
of
of all of the rest.
1, 2,
One out of
3,
all.
4. Look like 9. So 1 out of 9.
In St. Paul's?
Yeah.
Come here.
You know what was
Tongue, you hear?
you know
Nevis
you know
number one.
what was the big thing? The big thing for me when it came into Pat is the fact that she only won 1 out of the 3 boxes from Brownhill. She only won the Ever Walters box, M to R, and she won that by 11 votes. So when you look overall, I thought that she'd have had a bigger lead coming out of Brownhill. You know what I mean? But starting off, she started off kind of good enough. She win the Elizabeth Primary box.
Well, let's start
She
from the
win the
Cox.
she win the Old St. Primary. So she win couple boxes to start off. But as we got closer into town, as we started moving through, and now started making our way towards Charleston, and the lead started to get eat up.
Hmm.
So
You know?
Okay.
you understand what me I say? So I'm not understanding. Does JD actually have influence in Charleston? Does NRP even have influence in Charleston
Well,
anymore?
what we would have to do is examine a local election and examine the federal election and see if the federal election
Well,
usually translate over to the local election. And what I
well,
mean is,
I gonna say something different.
well,
I
let me
feel that
say what
JD
me
is
say
on
first.
local.
Huh?
Go ahead, Aaron.
No. So what I mean is, when you look at a federal election, do you see a huge gap between the number that CCM may win a federal election in St. Paul's versus they may win a local election? I would say yeah. In the local election, CCM has not won any local election by any convincing amount. So I still believe that, and I can make this prediction right now, that JD is going to take St. Paul's in the next local election from Bran. That's how I feel, based on the numbers of what that I see in local elections. Because local election turnout and voting is different to federal election turnout and voting. They don't really translate into one another. Because maybe they want to vote for Mark. Maybe the people just want to vote for Mark.
Yeah, I
So
could tell you, if voter turnout continue to be low, also CCM is going to continue to dominate the election.
no, here's what I'll say. If you're looking at, for example, Pat versus Mark, just in St. John's, the race is very close, eh? Mark really only started to run away with it when he get to the St. Paul's. But the race in St. John's itself was very close.
Really?
No, yeah, because Pat win boxes in St. John.
How much
That's
boxes
it,
Pat
eh?
win versus Mark?
Pat win, and tell you
More
now,
than daily, more
1,
than daily for sure.
2, 3. So Pat started off with 3 boxes that she win. She hit them all out the gate. The first 4 boxes she win 3 of them.
What was the score?
You had 90 to 103. The Elizabeth Primary School was kind of funny because she only win that by 1. And then the next one that she win was 85 to 74. So she kind of hold close, but then when she gets into the town, you kind of walk off.
So Tongue really throw it off? That's what you're saying?
Tongue is what win it for Mark. But here's what I gonna say in tongue.
Tongue really say by watch you, CCM.
Yeah.
Tongue had the chance to say by
So,
no.
so
But tongue they say
so
about CCM.
so let me get this straight. So Mark do some work in St. John's.
Mark got to do
No,
some work in St. John's. It's a
no.
little closer than we expected.
Hey, listen, right? No, forget about that. Got to do no work there, you know. The premier say a win is a win. If you win by
It's a
one
win.
eye, if you win by a toes, no win is a win. And
It's a
he
win.
said all what he promises that he's gonna win, and he not care
But
how he got to be. He not gonna walk or do. All of this what you're talking about, you're trying to take a moral victory. You sound very unhappy in your ass, you know. I'm watching you, Reese. I'm watching you. You want to take moral victory.
Let me ask you
but check out
something.
my though. No,
Yeah,
hold on,
yeah,
hold on,
Dennis.
Here's what I would say. I argue with Ira. Because it's Pat against Mark, and both will be running in St. John's. In St. Paul's, for the next local election, we're going to change Spencer brand name to the MV Christina because he gone drunk. JD going to put it to the bottom of the ocean. I got my money on JD.
I got my money on JD too.
No, the other, one more box though. We were talking about Janice. You rate Alan is an uphill claim. Out of 6 boxes, she only win one over there in St. James.
Boy.
Out of 6 boxes, she only win one, and she takes some convincing defeat in St. James. Like 157 to 90, 124 to 78. She takes some convincing victory, some convincing beating in over there. So she got some work to do.
Is
But
only
so like
is only wait there. Hold on there. Is only the NRP got work to do, and I do not like the fact that you all are trying to come on the show and analyze and trying to look into things rather than just looking at the results and kissing CCM ass. That is all I have for it.
Well,
so Alan, so based on now the fact that the matter is system in opposition, so that means Spencer Brand project cancelled.
No,
no,
no, Spencer is a go.
No.
Listen, Spencer Brand,
You don't get a green light.
Spencer Brand project right now is a black hole, Jason. It's just gonna fall in by itself. Everything gonna get sucked. You not got to worry about that. The only way Spencer Brand project could go forward right now is for CCM to lose local election and whoever Minister of Public Works to go down behind a cock seat and decide, boy, you know which part in the Navy is road? Down here. Out of all the places where could go road, I need to build a road down there. Yes, you're not gonna road or nothing down there, you know. You not got to worry about that day, you know.
Anyway, what you say?
Wow.
Me mother.
Spencer Brand project don't approve. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, they can't. The project don't approve. The project don't
It
answer.
can look like victimization, and I don't
Yeah,
think
it
the
probably
Labour
don't
Party
answer.
is about that. They say they're not about that.
Me glad me not got to get no permission to go back home.
Now, if certain things got to get exposed about the project, then that's a different case. So, hopefully, the Honorable Minister was truthful in everything he said.
Okay, makes sense.
And I want the Labour government because I remember the Premier has been talking about he know things and he feel like somebody gonna end up in a jail. Go interview the Premier. Cause he say he know where files there. And he not bring out no files for the election. He only bring out the old shoes. He only bring out the shoes where he paint up. So
The audience
go
said
check
the
for the
project not go
files.
through, eh? The audience said they could reverse it, and they said that the project is going to not go through. So
The prison project will not be funded anymore.
I don't know if the prison project, that one there, I think they're gonna stop. That one there, they have to stop.
Boy, if them man put him in the old HMB, that enemy go down, boy.
But don't say,
That enemy go.
but supposed to want go there.
Wait, what?
Supposed to want go there. Now every minute Jesus went missing.
Boy, Jesus. Jesus.
Top dog in the place. Top dog in the place.
But Jason see Alicia give somebody a bomb.
She don't know this is
Hey, people saying Spencer project will not go through.
That's what they're saying.
I don't know. We got to wait to see. We got to wait
Listen.
to see.
I you know, understand what not go through me, you know. Spencer project has been approved.
That's how I see it.
Spencer can't get funding because he
Okay.
ain't got no road out there, he ain't got no infrastructure out there, he ain't got no lights out there, he ain't got no water out there. So who as an investor is gonna say, Spencer, how much you say you want? 100 billion? Go ahead. And
Alan,
he ain't got no water out there. What are you
Alan,
talking about?
Alan,
Mm.
by I telling you, you know, that road can't go over there now, you know. Lights can't go over there now, you know.
He gonna
Man,
look
so
at that.
might
Listen,
as
I
well
don't
sell
tell them,
him
oh.
land.
Listen,
I don't tell them,
there's
boy.
only one way. There's only one way any farm infrastructure could go over there. They would have to drop the price of land in that area cheap enough so that people could actually buy. Because once people buy land, citizens buy land, you have to provide a road for them to access the land. That's the only way. They ain't got to take a loss.
Spencer is a
That's the
citizen.
only way they could do anything. Huh?
Spencer is a
But
citizen.
Yeah, we're talking about regular
me like
people. We're not talking
Spencer,
about officials.
Spencer full out the bucket list.
Tanya Hartman project not get pulled back, yeah? Hartman, the same thing happened to Hartman project. Hartman should have done one first
Yeah.
and then
Ambitious.
continue the race. Hartman started at one time.
Very ambitious.
Hartman project not get pulled back.
Well, some time, but Alan, some time you fuck up yourself, you know what I mean? Some time you just chuck in the government and say them, you know?
Yeah.
Um, let me ask you a question.
Please do.
Here we have this thing now. None of the NRP candidates was successful. We still gonna got to deal with the question of whether they're gonna run in a federal election, or two election, or one when all of them lose in the
No, no,
next
no, no,
election still.
no,
You
no, no,
sure
no.
is?
I hope we don't have to go back to that problem. I hope that don't come back over again.
But
That's why I
Alan,
keep saying the three of them is who won in local. That's why I keep saying the
but
race
Alan,
between Giannis and Alex is what we got to look at.
but Alan, I've been hearing some chatter going back and forth. I even see the premier make a post saying like there's some sort of confusion in house in terms of Cleon and Janice.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We ain't got to get into that.
well, okay, but you see, here's my only issue with that, right? With the sentence where you just made for me. The premier got some chatter about he got problem in-house with NRP. You realize that the premier just for the federal election there been no more NRP than PAM and Labour, and who the fuck he been supposed to know about so that we could have get the actual fair share? How
Yeah.
come he always know what other people are do and what they need to be doing, what is best for them to do? And how come when he says something, me got to go react to what he said? Watch out, right? Me not even, me wish me not even look so good in a blue. Can we not have to wear blue and white, no boy? Me don't want to wear none of them politics clothes here, Jared. I
You guys
just,
agreeing though?
yeah, but this is serving a different purpose. Yeah. This is an agricultural purpose.
I feel you, I feel you, I
Agricultural
feel
green.
you, I feel you.
Voila.
I feel you, I feel you.
So Jason, I just, and especially, right, I like, because, okay, me ain't gonna deny it. I mean, on the show, we actually read a correspondence
Yeah.
between Cleon and a supporter. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
will get down to the thing, you know, but that's what me I say. Me just don't want it be like the premier I tell me what going on over in a NRP. The premier no been tell me what been going on with CCM and PAM and PLP for
Yeah,
7 years.
Yeah.
I want the premier start to tell me what going on with he, because he don't tell me what going on with he.
No.
All he tell me is vote for he. And he will tell me about what going on with everybody else. Except what going on with he. So if the premier want tell me what going on with he, if you want to tell me what he said about he, I don't for that.
Yeah.
But I tired listening now about the premier and what he know about somebody peep and he got friends all over. Mr. Premier, find out about yourself.
I
Conquer
agree with you,
yourself.
Alan. And Jason's comment, I was more referring to the actual post that I saw on Facebook. I didn't even realize he said anything about the premiere. But that
Wow, what
premiere
post?
talk
The
about,
post we make on Facebook?
not your post. There was a post on
Oh,
Facebook that we read out while we were on the show, the election coverage, where the Honorable Cleon Stapleton had responded to a comment made on Facebook. I just felt like she should have ignored that, because in her correspondence there were certain things that was said, and I felt like that gave an opening for the premier to make such comments. But she's young in politics and she has some more to learn and some more maturing to do. She should have looked at the premier who tell us that they had issues since 2015 and you ain't hear nothing until 7 years after. Nothing at all. Zero. Zilch. So when you talk about internal affairs, they know how to keep it internal. As far as I'm concerned right now, CCM could be burning up on the inside because two man lose out on money. You check? And I don't think
well,
they're happy about that. I would not have been happy about that.
well,
And I would have blamed Mark, honestly.
I
But
invite
it
the
was
premier
funny
next week and
visions.
I'll be up on the show.
Hmm?
Invite the premier next week and I'll be up on the show. He got another question to answer.
No, we need him to focus on Nevis right now. He needs to focus on Nevis because Nevis is in a very hard place. I need him to keep his focus on Nevis. And hopefully around the local elections, he come on the show. We can talk to him.
What do you mean about around Christmas time?
I think it would be around Christmas time.
Anyway, you made a point right there, and you were totally correct. I think that them kind of issues need to be kept in house. Yes, you may have an issue with somebody, but you got to keep that in house, especially when you are you're considered as a visible supporter and Cleon, of course, being an elected member and representing the party. That should have been kept in house. We have always heard of one or two disgruntled individuals within the CCM party, but we never really hear them come out and publicly say blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And everything can be happy, can be a smooth road for everybody. You know what I mean? Buju say it's not an easy road. You know what I mean? And it can't be an easy road for everybody. But just certain things you just got to keep internal. You know what I mean? You have to present a united front.
United Front.
And of course,
Hey,
coming off of a loss, you may get emotional and things like that, but you still have to keep in mind that your Twitter fingers got to cool out.
I know,
Well,
I know,
I, I,
I
I
know it,
want to disagree with that, Go ahead, Jason, but I'm going to disagree with that. Or just no, go
I
ahead.
know. I know if Mark come out of politics, that's it with CCM because nobody know nothing about the narrative and all this type of stuff. The Zook and Eric know nothing about the narrative. Ty know nothing about the narrative. They got to be well trained.
You best believe the person that take over going know about the narrative now.
They got to be well trained.
You got confusion because somebody fresh
Well,
can take over,
Jason,
And no,
I was all about narrative, bro. Sometimes just about the fact that the people like you. Some people just feel a little bit blue than green.
Mark Brantley is the energizer of CCM, eh? And I've heard that Alexis has great support, but in terms of energizing the masses, Mark Brantley is the face of CCM. He's the only one you ever hear really speak. Without him, I don't even know if CCM can survive, but maybe CCM is a well-oiled machine. But you could have seen CCM was losing a lot of steam after the loss in 2006. And until Mark Brantley presented himself as a CCM member, CCM was very flat.
yeah, there
You know
is.
what I mean? And then as soon as he did that, with he's a orator, a great orator. So once he speaks,
But
Mark
You
Brantley is
just
not no great orator. Mark Brantley is not no great orator. No.
Okay, come true.
Listen,
Come true.
no. Let me prove to you
Yeah,
that
speak it
Mark
up.
Brantley is not a great orator.
Mm-hmm.
Recall for me something where Mark Brantley was saying a speech. Recall for me a line where you could remember.
America one, you are. I'm going to call one for you.
Go ahead.
I got one.
We turn the top dog into what you are.
That's just because it's recent, right?
That's just because it's recent. That's just because
It's
it's recent.
recent.
Okay.
And I see your
That's a
point.
long food. That's
I
a
see your
long food.
point.
That's a long food.
And you would not call that no big speech. Boy, the premier studied in England.
Hmm.
That's it.
That's all.
He ain't no great orator.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can't.
Alan ain't that, sometimes
I can't remember
right?
anything Victor J. Martin
I,
said.
I I understand what you're saying, Alan, but it is when you put it in comparison to everybody else who is in the political arena, he then appears to be so far head and shoulders ahead of everybody. He may not be a great orator, but when you put it in comparison to you put Mark and Sean. Sean look like a better than Mark look like Sean.
So basically,
And
he playing in the NBA before black people reach in.
yeah, he just get in there at the point
He
where he
put
can
up his
stand for.
stats and so I may knocking that, but it wasn't like he was playing against all the people. This wasn't the
Ain't like he playing against Shaq.
NBA much.
Ain't like he
Okay,
playing against Shaq and
all
Kobe,
right,
right?
all right.
And it's just that.
Okay.
But then no
Okay.
problem.
However, I know people like will hear him. You know what I mean? I don't know. I, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the audience would tell you by Victor J. Martin was great at it too. But I can't remember anything. And I was younger, a lot younger, anything that Victor J. Martin would have said. So, I don't forget my train of thought, what I was saying when I had said he was a great orator, but something else.
Okay, so when the premier speak, like when he spoke, as I said at the PAM convention, I get a little movement.
Mm-hmm.
What that? I cannot recall the
I
premier
remember now.
speaking, and I was like, wow, and I was like, bye, I doing something, and me turn, and I said, bye, let me take you in the premier.
Reese,
Alan,
Reese.
check away. Hold on, Jason, check away. You said that, right? That the PAM convention he spoke and you made a feel he spoke well. But let's keep in mind again, the person who speak right after him was Sean. There were people who actually turned off because Sean was talking. So the premier looked like he took the show.
But we
So Reese,
sometimes me tune into the press conference, right? And me one, I need to be informed. I just want to hear the premier. And me hear the premier start off, and me say, boy, this is too early in the morning. I don't have enough alcoholic spirits in my body to take on this year, and me see up that they tell later. When
but Reese,
I and me build up.
Yeah, Jason.
so tell me something now. You believe in terms of the Hankins election itself, you believe Pam lost a lot of the supporters, or CC, Labour just win by the plane?
I want to tell you what a part of it is. Pam would have might have lost some supporters, yes. But Pam also gained some supporters because of the unity construct. Right? So some of them won their seats because of the unity construct. And the other thing was some people were just tired of Douglas and they wanted a change. Right? So the initial 2015 election, people were just tired of Douglas, they wanted a change. The 2020 election was a handicap election. You're handicapped with COVID. You have one party or the coalition having political rallies a month before election, and you got Labour locked down. Labour wasn't able to have any real rally like that where Unity had the ball at Marriott. When you look back, when you go back and you look at any live, you would actually realize that Unity had a lot of action for for the 2020 election. You know what I mean? You see Sugar Band one night, Masters another night, so you're going to tune in. You know, really had that for Labour. So Labour really was naturally behind the 8 ball. But now you come to a free election where everybody on even playing field, then it kind of changed. It doesn't, and it also didn't help that the government bust up and everything started to come out.
Hey, but Pam lose bad though, you know.
PLP
Hey, listen.
beat Pam.
PLP get more votes than Pam.
PLP beat
Listen.
Pam.
I'll tell you something. If I don't want to song bad, but I think Pam need a full overhaul. Like people were saying that John L. Powell should be next in line to take leadership of the party.
No.
The kind of things that John L. just pick up on.
No.
But John L. look like a runaway slave, huh? Oh no.
They got 5 years.
Partner, if a man bang me like how John L. get bang, not even police me could call. Police will come and laugh.
Want to know
Tell
what
you.
happened? What
John
happened?
will
I
go.
think Donald been done in the mindset for that.
Hello,
John will
everything
go
inside?
Turkey. John will go Turkey, man.
Yeah.
The hairline. John will fix back the hairline. First thing, get back the hairline, and then John
He
will
could go
start
ball.
to.
He could rock
Yeah,
a ball
but-
head.
Well, I telling the guy must go home. But if he ain't want to
So-
go home, he ain't got to go Turkey.
So, in spite of everything, unity was the best thing ever happened to Pam and the CCM construct.
All right, Chanel, we'll definitely do that.
The Lakers got to ask the premier that at the press conference.
Yeah. So that's what I feel. But them man got to figure out life. Because life right now for anybody any Pam supporters, you know? Yeah, I tell you, a man called me when we were doing the election coverage, and the man say he had 2 ambulances waiting for Sean because Sean lose a box. The man was saying Sean had lose the entire constituency, but only a box Sean lose, and Sean had them a record for 1 box.
This politician thinks they're God.
And I'll say something. I'll say something to it. The 2 smallest margins of victory in St. Kitts were actually Sean and Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Was the 2 smallest margins of victory was Sean and Tim. So things look rough. Somebody said check the stats. I want to see something here. You see, somebody said that Pam had 8,000 votes in 2020, but Pam had 8,000 votes in 2020 as a part of the Unity construct. So what was out of the 8,000? What was a part of PLP? What was a part of what Tim had? So it kind of hard to say what was Pam's support. Now we could go back and look at when Pam lose all 8 seats and say, well, did they lose all the supporters back then too? It's tough. Pam joining is what made it hard to say what they lost and what they didn't lose.
Richard said Labour has the equivalent of the Nevis population overseas, 11,000 people, and they were able to bring back one more sudden.
They were strong in the air. They're strong in the air.
Yeah.
So don't expect no overseas voters to not
Guess
be
what?
voting in
And
the
this
next election.
carnival, you go see them again too.
All right, so let me deal with Simon. Hold on, Alan. Let me deal with this thing that Simon pushing. So when you combine PLP and PAM votes, it's kind of hard, right? Because a lot of PLP and PAM, because 2020, PLP ran candidates in one constituency, PAM ran in one constituency. So the votes really and truly come together as one. So now you're separating them, but really and truly, those votes came together as one in 2020. It's hard to differentiate what went to and what went to. Because, for example, in number 3, Pam got supporters, but Aquila run. So you want to give those votes to Aquila. So you're going to go to PLP. That's the problem. So it's hard to differentiate. So we can't just look at bare numbers.
Between them, they had what, 9,000 votes also? Even though Labour Party had more.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah, they had about 9,000 votes. Which you could see that in the last election, the Labour Party had the popular vote and still lost. You know, this whole parliament and constituent thing is more strategic than anything else. So Labour could have ended up with the majority of the votes. That's why Conway said in his song, 10,000 patrons can't be wrong. because they had 10,000, over 10,000 people vote for them in 2020, but they still lost, and they still had the
Well,
popular vote. So
and that's true. But when you look at a man like Dougie who bring in the 1900 votes, and the person went against him when he bring in 3, you know what I mean? 3 is just a number, but them small
So,
numbers, you understand that that's gonna be a big stretch.
so Reese, based on how everybody split up, that mean Labour would have stand a chance winning, not depending on the earning.
Yeah, Labour could have won without the A, you know, because the vote split. Because now you're running PAM and PLP separate, the vote one split.
well, me don't know how many
Labour
people
vote
Labour
not,
bring in, so
Labour
me
vote
can't
not,
say that.
Labour vote not really split, you know. One thing about Labour people, like I said, they're red and ready, you know. Labour people really Labour, you know. They don't really move, you know. But PAM and PLP now you have to make a decision. Am I PAM or am I PLP?
I don't know.
That is really
He can say he voted for Sean in the last election.
the EK
What?
voting number 5 was a better, I guess Sean was a better pick than
He had said he
whoever they had running
supported.
number
I
5.
don't know if it's the last election, but he voted for Sean. He said he voted for Sean. He said it on his show.
But they need to quote again, double.
Boy,
But I thought with Dupont still boy, honest.
I know EK is a Rastaman and Rastaman does support fish, but I really, me not didn't see that coming.
yeah, he said it. He said it. I think he said because Sean was from Sandy Point.
Me not been see that. I know Rastaman like to keep the diet healthy, but me no know that Rastaman in order to support the health they will go to the utmost. But EK, he's a better man than me.
Hey, no.
I think want to answer your question.
Yeah.
Even though CCM is very happy right now, basking in the glow
Diana.
of this recent victory.
Mm-hmm.
The blokes not ask right now. When do y'all see the next election, the local election being called?
You said it. You said around Christmas, right? Because anything, going into next year, they look weak. And I don't want to think after the Honorable Mark Brantley would have spoken about how long Timothy Harris took to call the election, he would want to repeat Timothy Harris' actions. Going deeper and deeper in shows weakness as a government. So Christmas is a jiggy time. People want to be here anyway. So why not around that? That's the time they did it the last time. They're probably gonna do it again.
Christmas and turkey.
They might catch
Yeah,
that. They might catch their hand by then, man. The 5%.
If them want go to Christmas election, like I said, I don't want me vote again, boy. Christmas might be family time.
So wait. Back to the percentage now. And so is that extra 5% and the next 5% in the next year guaranteed still? Because they're in opposition now, that
No.
got to
That
go through
guarantee.
Labour.
That guarantee. You can't. That
Okay.
guarantee. That I got to drop before March too, Yeah, the second 5% got to drop before the election. So
Tanya said local will be in November.
November?
But that too much of stress. People not getting a
No.
room.
It not be in November. It not gonna be in November.
Listen, I got this thing in my mind about like these politicians concerned about American holidays and all that kind of thing, yeah. That no quarantine at this thing right now, yeah.
It's weekends.
Them man gonna call it when they wanna call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I criticize after.
Whatever it is. You check it out. I
Reese
know that
Wait.
the election have to be by March, I think.
But if you're not careful based on how things are going, next week election, I'm not blindsided.
No. I wanted to get something in before Reese get in. Because Reese radio get in. I could just see it on his face. Right? I could just see it on his face. Reese
Oh,
radio
you
get
know
in,
this?
but I took in some of the celebration that CCM had, and Zook said they're ready for the local election. They're gonna announce the date tomorrow, and Mark come back, and Mark was like, no, calm down.
Oh, I see the brokenness in the premier face. I see the premier get out there like, bye. You know, I spend the last of the money you paint the shoes. You not spend the last of the money you paint the shoes.
The man
You see how we had to charge you. You see how we had to charge the people and them who the last one. You want to talk about card election tomorrow? I look like I got plane ticket money.
The man actually turn and watch Zook when he says it to like
yo, who you talking to? Is you gonna fund this one?
I just spent some money buying some car gas.
You check it out.
Oh. Big up car gas station. Make a lot of money Monday.
So check that out, right?
Well, you just get some free advertisement. That's all I know.
Remember me tell you that you got people who would see the live pop up and then I watch it. But then after everything done, they go back and watch it. So I went on and I said that the election should call the next day. At the celebration, remember me said that, you know?
Yeah.
Alexis, don't watch what we say, you know. Because Alexis jump up and say the same thing. Alexis said, we should call the election. Yeah, Alexis don't watch his show.
Alexis not gonna time with that. Alexis
right?
walk. Alexis.
Man, jump up and say, some people say that we should call the election. For why NRP lose? Mark watch his show too.
Yeah, if we want NRP get licks. No man.
Yeah, I tell you that the people watching this show, we are very impactful. They're watching this show. But I'm gonna tell you, if I was Mark Bradley, after the set Alex day, I would Alexis ring the bell. Bring.
Mark Bradley love to share licks, Reese. So if he not gonna ring the bell now, is a reason. And it's
Channel
I done here. A lot of money. That one they cost Reese.
Yeah, but let me tell you something.
I done here.
You know why I realize? You know why I think that Mark is don't want to ring the bell yet? Because he lose boxes. And I tell her I coming out to see it and
wait, hold on.
Come out to see it chance.
Wait, what? No Delta gas there, Nevis? Sorry, Reese.
No. Since Sunday.
What do you mean?
But you don't know that, boy.
Where you think I say big up call?
What to the Delta gas?
No.
What to the what is a tanker that bring it in? I remember a certain party being able to put a storage, fuel storage in Nevis, you know? Might not have Jason. Jason. And he pan the same phone one ring too. And he not got any light.
But I tell you right, but Alan, for real, that is what I feel. I feel that because you lose them boxes, you want to hold off because you got a little hesitation in it. You see, Zook, I say ring the bell because Zook win 5 out of 6. Eric no lose no boxes, go see ring the bell. Man, I say, hey, fellas, I am the only one right now that got a little bit of deep water. Let me hold off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm under more pressure than I don't realize it, but under more pressure. I might be talking a big game, but under a little bit of pressure. Easy.
We should got that in a spreadsheet.
What?
The
election results?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it to the chat.
You did?
Yeah, well, I'll send it to you. Hold on, I sent it. Let me forward it to you again.
Because I want to see the numbers. I want to see the difference.
Somebody actually booked me, you know? Yeah, see.
Alright, I just sent it to the chat again. Check the network chat. But yeah, he don't realize that the pressure is on. The pressure is on, and he said, "Boy, the pressure only on for me, you know." The man said, "Boy, the pressure only on."
This is a PDF.
Open it in, boy. Well, I was close enough. I said it before. But yeah, the man realized, boy, the pressure on me. I am the one under pressure. So the man say, hey, easy. I got to work to win this next election. You know, I look like I safe. I got to work. And he don't know. He don't realize that number St. Paul's in trouble. So you don't realize that could be 2 seats he will lose and St. Thomas is a short seat for NRB. So that's history too.
Labour said they're gonna adjust the boundaries. They're gonna activate the boundary commission. So Let's see.
Yeah, unity means so. Everybody does say it, no? And then until you realize that is how you win. Why would I
So
change the rules that help me win?
I think
Yeah, but
no, nobody can change it. Nobody can change it at all.
Me not change the rules that help me win. You think Dr. Drew gonna change the boundaries after he just bang a man by 2 toes? Nah. He just bang him by 2 toes and I gonna change the boundaries for what?
How much Zook win by?
no 60
No,
something.
59.
59.
That's
59.
it?
But if you watch if you watch
St.
it as
James.
St. James
St.
alone,
James is okay.
oh my God, he was hitting Johnny some
Oh,
stuff. You're not supposed to do a woman then kind of things.
Okay.
So Janice get some fish pot stick from Zook.
Yeah, heavy.
But people are talk about how St. George's is CCM, but to me it's like St. James's is equally a CCM box, no? I mean constituency.
Chanel just said he's going to continue the PAP program and try to improve it.
What they said they're gonna do is, I read in the manifesto they were gonna give out some amount of money for 6 months, and then after that they're gonna introduce a permanent. But that's for unemployed. Is that what the PAP was? Or the PAP was for below certain.
oh, hold on there, Eric. I want to ask Lauren a question. Lauren, you really think that Daly had a chance of beating Mark in 2020? Because she said that they cheat Daly. Yeah. I really think that Daly had a chance of beating Mark in 2020? We had Daly on the show twice, eh? Why I think? How long you was here for the second interview?
Daly had a chance, right? And when you say Daly had a chance, it's like when Mayweather going to fight somebody and they're telling you that guy has a
That's a
puncher's
fighter's chance.
chance. You know, he's got a put. If he land one on his chin, he could go all the way down. And you
One
know
lucky
that
one.
Floyd Mayweather you ain't connecting nothing on top of that chin there. So the puncher's chance don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I
Daly
didn't
was
feel that
getting
Daly had a
blowed up.
chance. They didn't have a chance. Cheat or
No.
no cheat, they don't think that Daly had a chance.
Really not had no chance. Unfortunately, you know how these things go sometimes. Daly was a sacrificial lamb. That's how I
Pat
feel.
was competitive. Boy, Daly no been no sacrificial lamb neither.
No, they never
No,
sacrificed.
because of the fact that me and we skeptical, that no mean that Daly been feel skeptical, no? Daly been feel like I say, boy, yeah, I gonna be the man. I am the man to do this thing. You check
The
it out,
Al-
but it's just the guy who don't read the room.
the Alberta Pain Center is in Bath, right?
Alberta Plains, what?
Pain. Alberta
Yeah,
Pain
yeah,
Center.
yeah.
That's Bath. That's what,
That
St.
the
John's
community
or
center.
St. Paul's? Because I really don't know.
No, St. Barnabas community center. That's not bad community center.
Yeah.
But would it be considered St. John's or St. Paul's?
That's what I'm asking.
That's St. John's. That's
Oh,
it.
that's St.
But
John's?
St.
Oh, that's
Paul's
St.
don't
John's?
have a community center. That I tell you.
Really?
Oh,
St.
I thought.
St. Paul's is the only parish that does not have any community center.
But Alan, what
Okay,
you talking about? You said you said that's the least. I've been saying it all along. You said that's the least.
I do not recall
okay.
saying that, sir, but okay.
Okay, well, hold on. So I got to adjust my statement then because I thought that the community center was in St. Paul's. But now you tell me that it's in St. John, yeah. Partner, you stand a chance.
Bath is
I
a
had those
crazy
numbers
place.
going. I had those numbers going towards the St.
Oh,
Paul's vote.
oh, you had any
Yeah,
some St. Paul's
yeah,
numbers?
yeah. So now you have said that. Partner, had a fighter chance either. No, sir. Oh no.
Be-
No.
be- be-
No, Max here. No, Max
Because
should have ring the bell. Oh my gosh.
but that's what I'm telling you, Miji.
By
Listen, right now,
180 to 60.
Right now, it's not a matter of support. I think it's a matter of brokenness. Reese,
Yeah,
it
Brooksness.
costs. There were things that were done who caused the premier to spend extra money. And they do it.
Along them, I don't know if the federal office open in Nevis.
Yes.
There it is.
Government road.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'll be right
Is it
back.
Brooksness?
One question here. From Matthew. Sammy. A man who said he gonna sue labor for using his song, get rid of them. What I think about that?
Well, when I check the whole thing is he created that song. The man from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, by the way, right? And he actually did that song against the Labour Party of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So I just believe he don't like Labour, and that's it. Now, apart from that, Alan would have to talk about the suing part. I mean, you know how that go, but I don't see that he
Okay.
a case. I mean, you know.
No, here's the question because
Which one of them play the music?
somebody was saying that the song is copywritten and what he's looking for is royalties. Does he have a point on that, Alan? Can he get royalties from that? Because he's claimed that he registered this song and the song is copywritten.
Recently, the artists have signed up. I
ECCA.
cannot. Yeah, they signed up for that. And I think that they are supposed to be given some kind of funds. So I guess Labour might owe him some kind of little money.
But
Okay.
wouldn't it? You have. So I drive in my vehicle and I play Get Rid of Them all the time. Boom, 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 get rid of them, and I won't have to pay any money.
No,
I thought
that's
it had to
different,
be
though.
from a standpoint where you have some sort of financial gain, because that's I think why he's stressing that Labour used his song to win the election. So wouldn't he have to prove that Labour had some sort of financial gain from the song, like a radio station?
Era.
Yo.
You get into government, that is financial gain out the ass.
Yeah, but
You
the other
got
thing
into
is
government.
you got to prove that your song get them into government.
But
You had a whole
but
lot
not
of song
only
really.
not only that,
Okay.
how copyrights work is you ain't supposed to be able to use my thing without first gaining permission.
True.
So so I don't know if Labour would sought permission to use he thing first.
So let me give you a rundown, right? Like for instance, when we get strike here on YouTube, let me just make a statement. People, we are on YouTube as well, eh? So I would love for people to venture over to the Real Entertainment Network at YouTube, subscribe, and follow us over in YouTube. Back to regular programming. So when we get strike on YouTube or we get strike on Facebook, right, because of a song that was played in the background or whatever the case may be, Facebook tend to mute the portion YouTube would monetize the song for the person. You never see them give you a letter. You know what I mean? They either mute your music or they monetize it for somebody. Labour probably ain't get nothing from the YouTube video, so maybe they even make money off of the song. So do they really have a case? Because if it really copywritten, then it should be in the database. So once the algorithm picks it up, then some sort of funds would be distributed.
What YouTube would want you to do, and you would have seen this with when Tebulous and Easy would have done the thing together, is that they want you to seek permission first. That is where you realize I think part of the live that we had to get taken down our rating because RDC was I guess the RDC page is saying that they didn't give permission for the music to be used. So you have
So
to seek permission
so
first.
Reese,
So you have to
no,
prove that
Reese, no, no, no,
no,
no.
that's what YouTube
You're not
does.
gonna sit down there and tell me how we go, because I know exactly how we go.
But
If the if the video is removed, it's because it was reported directly. So the man now, because it's happened to me, it's happened to me for logos, it's happened to me for different things, right? It's happened to me. Jason was doing some mix. I couldn't pull up his mix because they would mute some of his songs in the mix. But what you saw in a case like that was somebody actually reported the video. And once the video is reported to YouTube, they could request, I want it to be taken down. And that is what happened with the Odyssey thing. They were actually reported. I got tons of videos on YouTube right now that have been copywritten, flagged. Sometimes they tell you there's no strike on your page. They just have to monetize it for the person. Sometimes they tell you they're going to mute this section of the video. Hardly they tell you they're going to remove the entire video, even on Facebook. And you guys would have seen it where they might have mute section or they block it in certain countries because copyright laws, I don't know if it's international law, if it's for certain countries, but you would see certain videos.
I see somebody asked me a question. It's do you have to pay people for their music? In terms of my scenario as a DJ, first of all, I used to buy my music, and I don't know if they're gonna give the reflect of me having the music because, like for instance, Drake come out with one dance right after you couldn't get it download, you actually had to buy it. So if you hear anybody had the original song, you know for sure they had to buy it. They couldn't download it from YouTube or whatsoever. But in other words than that, like I only get flagged on social media because they are as I was say, you know what I mean? You gonna get people that monitor them kind of stuff there.
There is algorithm, it's not really people.
But the thing with that when you play live, right, is that the promoter and the venue should have paid that. That's why, for example, with Music Fest, they charge Music Fest. It's not the DJ who have to pay for the thing. The promoter and the venue would decide how they're gonna pay that.
Understand
but that is not thing.
But
somebody say
so
how
Reese, here's the difference, right? Jason as a DJ could say he ain't really the music. He demonstrate his DJing skills. The music is just a back part of it. Now for a musical event, you're making money directly after the music being paid, so you're paying royalties. Even with radio station, you're playing radio music, so you're getting paid. Now with labor, it wasn't. I don't know how. I don't know the law for it. So let me just hush me mouth from you. Let me just hush.
Them are gonna figure it out. Is the man song and labor? They're gonna figure out the business.
Well, we could see because he's saying can carry them a court, but I think it's a personal vendetta against the Labour Party. The man just not like Labour.
But apart from that, just hope you get the booking.
If the man said a billion, I send the bill to me, so they figure it out.
Tanya, me book out every week. If me no book, it's because me no want to be booked.
Anyway. Yeah, Jason, are the big DJ right now. Alan, you look like you're looking it up, but what's the next topic? Surcharge. I see. I put a post. I shared a post on Facebook to get a feel of the people, how the people feel about this surcharge. I mean, it seems like NRP people don't gravitate to me posts, so a lot of NRP people commented underneath there, and maybe some other people. It seems like there's a cap now for the surcharge at 65 cents. I was trying to get a feel of what surcharge had looked like. But how do you feel about the surcharge in St. Kitts and Nevis? Well, Nevis, because we don't understand St. Kitts.
You're talking about the electricity bill?
Yeah, surcharge. 60 cents, 65 cents. That's a good cap for you. That's good enough.
Listen, I don't got to see my bill. All what I know is that whatever, say you use $150 in energy. Generally, right now, that means you surcharge, you won't end up got to pay like over $200.
Crazy. That's absurd.
Your surcharge is more than the thing. So, and I don't know what they have it at now to know what kind of difference it can make.
Okay.
I just want it to be smaller.
I understand.
I would like it to be significantly smaller. But I don't know how that I gonna look, so I gonna got to see the bill first or understand.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but for me, the issue that I have is that, you know, you're thinking about certain progression. You know, you hear buzzwords like green energy, clean energy, blue energy. You know what I mean? You heard it talk about geothermal. You heard it talk about. I know you don't want to hear nothing about geothermal. You heard it talk about wind, solar, and these kind of things, right?
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, but at the end of it, at the end of
No,
it,
because remember the crypto are gonna need power, you know.
you can need power.
So it's still gonna feed
You
back
need
in,
power. You
feed
can need
back into
power.
this
Yeah,
thing.
you can need
Yeah.
power. It was a question. At the end of it, they bought a new generator, oil generator.
What Zilla?
Yeah. So there's no vision to ease nothing. Go in another direction. How much money they spend on the new generator? That wasn't really nothing to boast about, you know. You get what I'm saying? That wasn't really nothing to boast about, because them buying a new generator never like shows a failure in other areas of
It's
clean
like
energy when the world is trying to move away from certain
it's
things
like
and
Ira,
even save people money.
It's like they had a Toyota all along and they decided to buy a Lamborghini. Will just let everybody know that yo, we got a Lamborghini now. But the Lamborghini take more fuel.
Yeah. So a part of the problem is how much is this new generator contributing to the for the fuel surcharge right now? Is it more efficient?
See what really going on, right?
Are
This
we
is what I
paying
realize.
for the new generator?
This is what I realize with the premier. The premier should have buy the new generator and cool. You check it out? Because he said we would have been paying more. But we don't know. Maybe if my bill been $500 now and then it been installed a new one, yeah, and it come down to $300, I would say, "But the premier walking by."
Yeah.
But he put in this new one here and he tell me things going down.
Going down, yeah.
And things ain't going down. Things doubling up.
Well, along that left room for more tactics. You know, you're gonna tell them the next time, no? Change our light bulb every month.
The ball was bowled too quick on that generator. You know what I mean? I think the shiny new generator, to present the shiny new generator to the Nivision public, was the aim. But now the Nivision public is starting to bawl. They're not even crying. They're a bawl over fuel surcharge.
Boy,
and you could look at the new generator as a source.
Ira,
Part of it.
Then I feel they had the refrigerants moving.
That's just an observation. That's just an observation. But I mean, if you know, if what the NIA is doing is going to bring some sort of relief to the people of Nevis, I'm for it, even though the release mightn't be enough, but it's still better than what they would have to deal with. Let us wait for the bills, as Alan said.
Alright, but here's the thing. When you think about the surcharge, the surcharge is higher than the actual bill.
Crazy.
That is the problem that I have with the whole surcharge business. I understand that was surcharge. If you tell me that your surcharge is 40% of your bill, you pay you use $100 worth of electricity, you pay extra $40. Okay, cool. But when you tell me you use $100 worth of electricity, you pay $250 in surcharge. That $150 in surcharge, that's a problem. The surcharge is more than the bill. I think what the man should do is lie to people and flip it around and say, okay, your bill is the bigger number, the smaller number you surcharge. Maybe people might take it easier, but with that big number, when you see surcharge and that big number coming,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like Chelsea Hamilton and Talbot who just get beat for Dr. Drew. That the one licks, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that no rocking.
And to me, you know, when I read this, the whole thing, and at the end, of course, they like to say, practice energy conservative methods and stuff. The energy bill is high, yeah, but it's not the problem. It's the surcharge. So even if they drop the energy consumption, the surcharge is still gonna come in with
Still a
100%.
kill you, boy.
Still gonna kill
You
you.
see,
So it no
and then
matter if they change out
also
them.
when you look at it, right? When they say be conservative, most people only have the necessities on here. As new as people, we not really got on 30 light in the house here. We go up Babylon, it's only the room where you need the light and you gonna have the light on in. You know what I
Boris,
mean? What am I want you to plug out your fridge?
But
Boris, in order that
What's
don't
going
change, you
on,
want five. Reese, in order that don't change, you want 5,000 people like I think it's people live in Nevis.
Boy.
5,000 people like what?
Like think it's people because think it's people love to make change.
Mm-hmm.
because you remember when we had the caller, Javon, and he had said that the man said, no, we can't deal with this surcharge, and the man said, okay, we gotta take it off.
Exactly. If we get 5,000 Kitishans living in Nevis, that when you gonna get a change.
Okay, here's the question though. Here's the question. What you do this right here, what you just said is a major problem within the federation. Where we always got to depend on Sinkers to do everything. Why you want Christians to be? Why New Jones can't do it? Why we got to depend on Sinkers to do every goddamn thing? Why? We want entertainment, we got Sinkers. We want football, you got football in the park, but we getting Sinkers. Cricket, that we got West Indies cricket doesn't need, but we getting Sinkers about cricket. Why everything got to be goddamn Sinkers?
I just want
So the
the
month top already.
Kitishans to know that we love them, eh? We just have some built-up frustration that division might not be active enough. No, I just
The
want...
month top already.
Yeah, I just want...
No, they are not. New Jones aren't active. They
Yeah.
let them take everything.
I just
they're
want
not active.
Kitishans to know Reese is not upset with the Kitishans per se. He's
But
more
Reese-
upset with the divisions.
But it's a
But
missing
we-
kids not gonna surcharge.
Somebody say... Go ahead, Jason.
But
Sorry.
Reese, you gotta understand, you know? This is reality, you know? Look, we're trying to build a brand new spanking stadium and we still in the first stage and we don't host half an event there. Think it's gonna make sure they think up to par and give you to access to it.
But Sinkers I said ain't gonna go build an indoor one this time.
Why?
And you,
Alan,
you better believe it's gonna be done and ready for the next World Cup or something.
And watch out, he gone done before everyone reaching a phase too.
Maja,
Huh?
Alan, give me some licks in a cricket over the weekend, right? And we played at Warner Park. So, I'm telling you, big things are going on. You're not going to see no Mondo Park, Mondo track. We don't even got no international anything. Because it can't be the airport.
Exactly. But we were promised all this niche, but the niche can't be finished.
Yes, sir. What we need to do when St. Vincent Motor had blood, we should have bring in 5,000 people on St. Vincent, and then
Oh,
over there
Lord.
the back part of the land where you got nothing going on, we should open a hidden hotel with Anna and ready for the conversation there. I tell her, listen, I could make Nevis a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
But I tell you, money, I could make Nevis a lot of money, you know. But I
Reese, you can't do
got to believe it.
it. No, Reese, you can't do it. You have to tell you who don't believe in you. The Christian Cones don't believe in you for sure.
Me don't believe in that, I understand that you have Christians in society. I feel that they should stay on the left and me stay on the right. We don't got to mix. I go with that. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. I am not going to disrespect you.
I just
But
want
understand right now the country is in dire straits.
I just want to know how much.
You need to take what the hell I'm giving you. You know you're hungry, right? You got a rasta man hungry and the man say he don't eat chicken. But the man realize by 4 days gonna eat none. You try chicken in front of him, he's gonna eat it.
by the man in 40 days, what you say. I just want to know how much CCM does charge to rent Caribbean Cove, because I feel like Caribbean Cove is the excellent venue to host a lot of festivals, and they turn it into a political spot. So I
No,
just
that
want to know
it
if
was
they
it was
just,
I
it
could
was
tell
smart. It
you.
was smart.
huh?
It was
I
smart.
could tell you.
How much?
600 at my time it was 600,000 as deposit.
What?
The deposit
$600,000 as
money.
deposit.
$600
Okay.
and $1,000?
So 1600, 1600.
Okay.
Chef got a good question, man. I think about the investors and the way he was the panel talking about Tim Boy.
The who?
The investor, the guy,
The Coca-Cola
Oh.
guy.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean,
the white man.
the
He
white
tell him he fat on something and he go bring him over to
singing
Nevis
drag
and
team and so. Yeah.
and tell him I think back I can't
You
just
don't see that,
why
Alan?
I think
Alan, you don't see that?
No. I don't. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
yeah I think
I
this is
saw the
the one
video.
to invest in
I saw the
marijuana.
video. Reese, I saw the video, but like everybody know the guy has a whole papi show, right? So you're not even know if you take him serious. People only acknowledge it, the fact that he came as an investor.
I think people only acknowledge it because Tim lose. So it's just like another thing to try a little salt in the wound. That's why I feel people acknowledge it. Because if you
And
realize who acknowledge it, it's really the people who were just against them. A lot of labor people acknowledge it.
not necessarily. I felt like I went through the comments and a lot of people were upset with
But
the comments made.
I didn't agree the sentiments he expressed. At the end of the day, he's the former prime minister. I understand you got to issue with him, but you still got to respect the man.
Yeah, what I gathered
Um,
is go ahead, sorry, Alan. Go through. I was gonna send
Tim
you the
was
video, by the way.
Tim was gonna get some disrespect. He disrespect the public.
no,
I see that.
Alan,
Go ahead.
if you disrespect him, you local, you know. Me understand that. If a
Mm,
man from McKnight disrespect him, I understand
mm.
that. But no, we're not letting the outsider. No international disrespect will be tolerated. Local disrespect is okay.
That's
But
how
we
I
will not
saw it.
tolerate
That's how I saw
no
it from
Oh,
international
people.
disrespect will be tolerated under
That,
no
obviously.
circumstance.
Alan, I sent it to your
Yeah.
phone. That's how I saw
If
it.
the man named him a point, me go jump in
You know,
with him.
you know, come
But
in.
just,
You got to back him.
but
You got to
just
back him. You
know,
got to back him.
Oh,
me and you
in
not
now.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, the way I gathered it is like when you got siblings who don't get along, but then they fighting, and then somebody want to jump in between them, and the two of them end up gang the person because you
Yeah.
stay out. That's
Yeah.
how I gathered it.
You
You know
could
what I
feel
mean?
how you feel, but you keep the sentiments to yourself. We will tolerate no international disrespect, none whatsoever. That is if I'm a prime minister, we leave it as that.
I think Siobhan hit a more important point here, where she said her thing is why they're looking for foreign investors when they got not only Rastaman, but you just got people locally
But
who
No,
I'll
know the agriculture thing.
the Rasta man them don't have talent.
Yeah,
I'll tell you where you have to look outside. You have to look at the investor because when you look at the magnitude, if you're going to open an industry and you look at the magnitude of what is going to be needed, you will need outside involvement. Automatically.
that's the video we're talking
Well,
about, Sammy.
no Mark got to focus on Nevis. You could focus for agriculture department and the mango in the storeroom.
But you know what Mark need to say? When Mark need to say, you know what, Reese?
The more
And then you
files, I
have a
get a nice phone call, and them lawyer bills ain't easy. Well, one of the things that we gotta do is wrap it up because it's 11 o'clock.
but
Yeah, man.
Mark
It was a pleasure.
need to listen to
You see,
listen
like you
to
couldn't
CB.
wait.
Yeah, just have it to buzz off.
It's like you couldn't
No,
wait.
man.
I hope the premier get a customized Rolex CCM watch in time for the next election. Good night, everybody. That's a
Well, all you gonna say?
yeah. I want to see a
Well,
Rolex CCM watch.
But Rolex had to come by right now.
Yeah,
well,
he
I
done
want
get
to
on the
see when he
waiting
post
list.
the picture when he don't think it's.
First day in opposition.
No. He making name there. This is the second
He
time.
been in opposition. We took out Dougie from opposition.
No, did I say first time? Sorry, I meant first day in opposition.
Yeah.
Oh,
First day in opposition.
Yeah, but
Unity in opposition again, boy.
He put up a
I
post
see the
that he
video.
in
Toxic, full of toxic
He say-
love.
No,
Boy,
he
that
say
had
he
me
say
cracking up.
Boy, Alex Shipkins. But he say again they're gonna investigate him, boy, investigate him from opposition. You know how I gonna do that. Anyway,
they're gonna
ladies and
let them
gentlemen.
walk it up on the bench there.
Okay, they're gonna figure it out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to say thank you guys for being here with us. For the political season, there was a combination show between the Topiks and Real Talk Corner. We will be now going back to our separate shows. Real Talk Corner will be coming back. The Topiks will be on Tuesday and Real Talk Corner Monday night. Tune into both. But with that being said, the support during the political season has been amazing. And as we go through and we expect another election coming up in Nevis, we'll be back with that again. Nevis election, sweet. So I'll be in there. But with that being said, man, thank you guys for being here with us tonight. You don't know you could have been watching anything in the world. You could have been on anybody page, but you've been here with us, and for that we appreciate his love and support.
Yeah, man. Manners and respect to everybody who tuning in, you don't know. Yeah, man. And I start to see in Rebels start to tune in and be more active in here, you don't know. We big up yourself, Rebels. Yeah, man. Manners and respect.
good night, everybody.
I think Alan saying his piece. I would just like to say thank you to everyone that joined us tonight. And like I said, go on over to the YouTube page. In your search bar, just type Real Entertainment Network. Search for that. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Because Facebook be giving us a hard time. Big up Siobhan again, and thank you for all your hard work. We're looking forward to working with you for the local election, and hopefully it's done before midnight. But yeah,
But
see you Monday.
yeah. See you to Alisa.
Oh yeah, big up Alisa for coming back on the page and making sure that she let us know that she been right.
Yeah, she tagged me right too. She made sure she tagged me and she reached I was right. She Lord. Yes, sir, Lisa, big up yourself.
She said I have to let you guys know. But we out.
Got that body, got that 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 got that body, got that